Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, lots of green love to you and welcome to my garden. This year we had such a great harvest in the garden. I cannot begin to explain how happy I was with the harvest that we had in the garden this year, and we're still producing. Today's officially the last day of summer. We're still producing in the garden, so let me run over some few things with you. So our pumpkin patch is really all over the place, but we're definitely not going to be getting pumpkins this year. I'm sure of it. As you know, these are my Jarradale pumpkins, and I keep getting pumpkins, but they keep just rotting away. We have a lot of flowers. Let me see if I can find another one. Here's another pumpkin, very small. There's another one, but as soon as they come up, no, I can't find any more. As soon as they come up, they simply rot away. I don't know why. And I know right now is pumpkin season and my pumpkins are super tiny and just not doing very well. So I don't really expect anything from this pumpkin patch this year. I still have a lot of sweet potatoes to harvest, but I'm gonna leave them for a few more weeks. All of these are sweet potatoes, and believe it or not, we're still producing beans. You can see here we still have lots of beans still to harvest at the end of summer. Our climbing beans are still doing really good. Let me see if I can find some to show you. Like here. Okay, here we still have beans. Picked a lot the other day, so we have to wait for them to push out some more. My cucumber plants are still producing cucumbers. I just picked a few the other day and still producing flowers, so I expect more cucumbers. And let me get this one. My sweet peppers are still producing. I still have a lot of green peppers. There you go, there's another one. I'm gonna wait until it's a little bit more ripe, but we still have flowers pushing out. So green peppers are still on the menu before winter. Oh, and here's another pumpkin coming up. Simply beautiful, but I do not expect it to become anything. It's so late in the season. I am so incredibly happy with how everything is going in the garden. I planted new carrots for the winter, and I have a lot of strawberries still to pick. Paris, what are you doing? Oh. He's trying to get her. There he is. He's beautiful. I also replanted some sugar beets for the winter season. Probably gonna be able to harvest them early winter. And we're still having lots of tomatoes still to harvest. I had my first peach from my peach tree. Some of them have cracked open, but there's still a few more to get ripe. Really excited about that. If you remember, I named my peach tree after my sister that passed away, Jessica. So I'm happy she's giving me peaches. But yeah, guys, the bad news is that was the good news. The bad news is I'm about to abandon my garden. I'm gonna fly to the other side of the world in a few days to spend some time with my mom, and I'm leaving the garden in the hands of Case. I'm not sure he can do it. As much as he helps me, I think he's going to be clueless to a lot of things that I do in the garden and harvest times, but I have to leave it up to him. So I'm really happy with how it's going so far. It is absolutely incredible how much food you can grow in your backyard garden. We produced so much food this summer that it was even more than we could handle. So we had to freeze stuff, we gave stuff away. There's no excuse that you shouldn't be planting your own food, no matter the space that you have. In small spaces, you can produce lots of food. Please don't be fooled into thinking that you need acres and acres of land to grow food. That's absolutely not the case. Even if you have a small patio, you can do things on your patio, you can do things in your house. You basically can have the smallest of space and still produce a lot of food for your family during the year. I'm going to show you the apples that we had this year. This year the apple tree did not do good. I think it's my own mistake that we didn't cut the tree back last fall, so it did not push out as much fruit as we wanted to, and lots of the fruits were small and misformed and fell off the tree. The birds were eating on them, so we have just a few apples on this tree, not very much. And like this one, completely misshapen. And we also had some kind of sickness on this apple tree this year. All of these fell off and we put on the bird house for the birds to come and eat. They didn't even come and eat them. So I'm definitely gonna research better how I have to take care of the apple trees and how to prepare them for their next growth season. So yeah guys, like I said, I'll be leaving the garden for a while, and I hope still when I'm on the islands to bring you some vlogs about some real down-to-earth Caribbean farming. I'll be visiting some friends' farms and bring you some vlogs of how they do it there, and looking forward to connecting with you guys from across the ocean. I mean, it breaks my heart to leave my garden, especially since you know fall is my favorite time of the year for planting. I already put some seeds in the ground and I have to leave it in the hands of Case and see what becomes of it. The most part, what we're going to be doing before I go is cleaning up the garden and preparing it for the fall season, getting as much seeds in the ground as possible. I already planted back a lot of things that I want to harvest this winter. For example, I replanted some cauliflower up in there. I still have to cover them because I still see those white butterflies flying around. I thought they would be gone by now. These are my endives, I believe they are. I'm not sure. I didn't mark them, but they'll soon show their face. And just a few cabbages on this side. So yeah guys, thanks again for joining me in the garden, and happy planting this fall. Leave in the comments what you're planting this fall and how is it going, how's the weather in your neck of the woods. I know America just had a big hurricane and I'm sure more bad weather's on the way. It has been predicted, and I hope you all stay safe, and I'll see you again in my next vlog. Cheers.